The buff on Gwyn's passive is so good. They made it so that it only takes 3 hits from her basic attacks and skills to fill up her bar instead of 4, which means better gap closing, more access to regen, better damage output, and most importantly, mark application. Gwyn's passive is personally the most important part of her toolkit, not her skill combo, her passive. You see, there's no more crying over spilled milk anymore and missing her second skill because she can simply get these marks in order to compensate in knocking them up with her ultimate. And it's way easier now compared to before. Now she requires more sustained fighting. Building her as a bruiser or a full tank would be much more viable, whether it's in jungle, roam, or in XP. She is basically a triple flex. You're gonna keep on attacking, marking people down, threatening the ultimate if they get close, if they have 3 marks. Guinevere is potentially an outplay machine. I promise you, Guinevere has one of the most versatile build paths because you can make her both a carry or a support all in one kit, depending on the composition of course. She already has a high enough base damage output mind you, but still, her weakness is her mediocre wave clear, lack of innate tankiness. You're gonna have to work for these items, so getting to level 4 safely before the first turtle is extremely important. For my emblem set, it's either mage in case I have to deal damage early on, or support if I have to go full on utility, because both give cooldown reduction which is highly important in keeping her active in fights. For talents, I go Inspire for more cooldown, Pull Yourself Together to reduce the cooldown of my Flicker, and Concussive Blast to remedy Guinevere's mediocre wave clear. For my build, it highly depends on the enemy team comp and the ally team comp. For defense options, I like Thunderbolt because it goes well with her enhanced basic attack which is ranged, Brute Force Breastplate for the cooldown and CC reduction, Oracle to increase the healing I get from hitting with my enhanced basic attack. You can go Dominance Ice if you're taking damage all the time to reduce your healing, but if you're more of a catcher and if you're against healers as well, Glowing Wand works better. If you want to go damage, make sure you're doing this to balance the team's damage output. If you have enough damage from the rest of your lineup, play around them and build tank. If your team lacks damage output, such as a utility jungler or a DPS mage, you can slap in some damage items and become a bruiser. My personal favorites are Clock of Destiny because it gives you regen, hybrid defense, and CDR, Blood Wings for the shields, and Glowing Wand for obvious reasons. If you are secured for a snowball, then it is safe to use Genius Wand and Concentrated Energy, but always itemize defense items to keep yourself alive. But the highlight of this video is the buff on Gwyn's passive, where it's easier to access her enhanced basic attack, which means it's easier to stack, which means it's easier to get the ultimate without needing second skill. You will see this in the majority of the highlights, simply marking enemies 3 times to knock them up. I always conserve my ultimate when the time is right, because I know I'm not built as a damage dealer. I will always wait for the follow-ups from my teammates, or I'll do it if I know they will die to my attacks eventually. You'll see everything I was talking about in these highlights. And one more thing, my number 1 tip on playing Guinevere is to keep your passive full before engaging. In case you miss your second skill, you can make it act as a double dash in order to close in on your target. It applies 1 mark, add 2 more, then you can hit your ultimate. Hope you learned something from this, and enjoy the gameplay.
Damn, son.